And welcome to Comparing Quantities 8.1 to 8.2. This is a really fun unit and I can't wait to get started. So, what is comparing quantities? Well, it's just comparing two different things. For example, which is bigger? How much is it bigger by? How many times is bigger than the other number? And why? Well, there's many reasons which I'll be getting to by the end of this. We're gonna have a lot of fun problems which are actually useful. For example, this cheetah runs 120 kilometers per hour and this dude runs 20 kilometers per hour, and then cheetah runs 6 times as fast and the dude runs 1/6 as fast. Well, I'll show you that in a bit more detail. So I can run at 1 kilometer per hour. I'm pretty slow, and my friend can run at 2 kilometers per hour. Well, then I run 1 by 2 times as fast as him. By the way, 1 by 2 is 1 divided by 2, and he runs 2 times as fast as me. If I run 2 kilometers per hour and he runs at 4 kilometers per hour, well, I still run 1 by 2 times as fast as him, and he still runs 2 times as fast as me. Well, if you bring the same problem as last time, and you want to compare me to him, write down your speed, then write down his speed. You get 1, and then write a fraction symbol in the middle, or a division symbol, and then you try to simplify it. That's how you write down the ratio. This symbol, 1:2, is a ratio. The ratio between me and my friend is 1:2, or 1 to 2. This colon is also called a ratio symbol. It's called a colon in English, but in math we call it the ratio symbol. And we all know math is the best subject, right? By the way, if it answers something like 2 to 4, you can just simplify it to 1 to 2 if you want to write down a ratio. Think of it like a fraction. So why don't you try to simplify a couple ratios? I'll give you a minute. Let's see how you do. So 9 to 12 and 3 to 4. If you divide both sides by 3, you get 3 to 4, and then that's it. 100 to 100, that's the same as 1 to 1. That's the ratio. And 1000 to 10,000, well, cut off 3 zeros here, cut off 3 zeros here, you're left with 1 to 10. 2 to 4, well, divide both sides by 2, you get 1 to 2. And 1 to 2, just leave it as 1 to 2, because if you simplify it more, you get those weird decimals, and we don't want that. So, how do you check if two ratios are equal? Well, 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. Well, those two aren't the same thing, but how do you make 100% sure? Rewrite them as a fraction, which is 1.2, 1 divided by 2, and 2 divided by 3. Then make them share a common denominator, which is the LCM of the two denominators. The LCM of 2 and 3 is 6. So multiply 1 by 2 by 3 by 3, which is still 1. So 1 by 2 times 3 by 3 is 3 divided by 6. And then 2 by 3 by 2 by 2, which is 4 divided by 6. These two aren't the same thing, so that means that these two aren't equal either. So try to figure out if these 5 are equal. Pause it and try to work through it. Well, yes, yes, nope, nope, and yes. So that's another word that's really important, that's proportional. If two things are proportional, that means they have the same ratio. So 1 to 2 and 2 to 4 are proportional. Also 1 to 2 to 4 and 2 to 4 to 8. Remember, ratios does not be one thing to another thing. It can have 3 things in it, 4 things. It can have how many things you want in the ratio. So 1 to 2 to 4 and 2 to 4 to 8 are basically the same thing, because if you divide this by 2, you get 1 to 2 to 4 if you simplify it. Are these two proportional? Well, yes, they are. So the ratio between the two triangles is 1 to 2, and the side ratio is 12 to 16 to 18 to 6 to 8 to 9, which is the same as 1 to 2, which same as 2 to 1 actually, because this times 2 equals to this. This is a bit of a mistake, it should be 2 to 1, not 1 to 2. So what about this? Map to the real world. If in the map 1 meter is same as 1 kilometer in the real world, the ratio between the map and the real world is 1 to 1000, because 1000 meters in 1 kilometer. Let's try some extended thinking, okay? If my car can go 10 kilometers on 5 liters of petrol, how many kilometers can it go on 15 liters of petrol? You can first, you write this down as fractions. 10 divided by 5, and x, which is how many kilometers, divided by 15, which is the liters it will go. Well, you solve it like you would solve any regular equation. Multiply both sides by 15 to try to isolate the x. You go 150 divided by 5 equals to x. So x equals to 30. If my car can go 7 kilometers with 3 liters of petrol, how many can it go with 5 liters of petrol? Well, 7 divided by 3 is equal to x divided by 5. 7 kilometers and 3 liters is the same as x kilometers and 5 liters. Multiply by 5, you get 35 divided by 3. In decimals, you can write like this. Mixed fractions, you can write like this. And improper fractions, you can write like this. Ask your teacher how she wants you to write it, because she's the one who's going to be grading your papers. If a 3 bowls cost 10 rupees, then how many do 15 bowls cost? Well, 10 divided by 3 equals to x divided by 15. Multiply both sides by 15, you get 150 divided by 3 equals to x. That means that 15 bowls will cost 50 rupees. Yup, that's it. See you next time.